What's up, boys? Welcome back to another Driven Talk. This is episode 4 of the Driven Talk series. And in this talk, I want to talk about some things that I've been affected by in my life, but also I've seen a lot of other people let it affect their lives. And that's letting your pain and your struggles affect your physique and your well being in your life. Um, there are countless things that we end up going through, and the stress and the pain brings on a lot of challenges and substances and things we use to numb and escape the pain, which then ultimately leads into sacrificing the way we look and our mind and just the operating machine that we are. One of that being, and one of the worst things I think that people use to cope and just numb and escape reality is alcohol, and that's one of the worst things. Um, I'm guilty of that. When my mom passed, it was like drinking all the time on the weekends, going out, trying to find an excuse to just escape reality. And although I kept up with the gym because it was my passion and how much I loved it, I had a stint where definitely was going over the top with, and all that did was just one, make anxiety and depression worse. I've already been an anxious person in my life and dealt with depression, and it makes anxiety so much worse, especially the day you're hungover the next day, whatever. You know, it's all great in that moment, having fun with your friends and going out to bars and doing whatever, and you forget about everything else going on until it hits you the next day. You're back in reality. That's it. You can't escape it. Um, and just everything. It's going to affect you physically, and that's one of the biggest things. Is I see so many people, they struggle with whatever they have going on, and I even feel like it's like even with like college, with people in school. Like, school is hard. I didn't go to school for long, so I don't really understand like what goes into it for 4 years. But like, you're studying, doing all this stuff, you're serious with school, but then it's like boom, you're gonna get away on the weekend, you're gonna go drink and do whatever you want. Like, I just it's such an easy thing to just obtain and just escape reality, and realistically, it's so bad for you, and it makes you feel like shit. And one of the biggest things is how it affects you cognitively. One, you're gonna make bad decisions, but then it's also like your mental focus if you're building a business, or even your focus with school, work, all those things. And it's just like a feeling I couldn't take after a while. And once I got back to like a balance, that was where I had like that stint ended. But that's why I want to talk about it, is because like it made things worse for me. And if you're going through something and you're gonna use, I just started off with that, talking about alcohol first, but there's so many other things. And um, food is another one. Um, I've never had any experience with any other drug aside from alcohol, so I can't speak on that point. But people do result to those things when they go through stuff. And it's we only have one body, and if you do not take care of your body, you're just going to deteriorate for the rest of your life, and you're just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And especially when you're at this age, like I'm 27 now, I'm in the best shape that I've been in, and I've the biggest I've ever been, the strongest. And you start to realize as you mature, like those things, one, you regret the time that you've wasted like trying to cope with things, going to do stupid stuff, and when you could have been putting it towards something in your work and your business and your health and your fitness. But everyone makes mistakes, and you got to learn, because it's all about your self development and learning about yourself and what is not needed or what shouldn't be part of your life. But I see so many people slip through like a rabbit hole where they start to make excuses for their situation and just kind of make it like it's easier to just go and it's alright, I'm just drinking on the weekends, or it's alright, I'm just gonna indulge on this night or whatever, and it just keeps adding up, and you allow yourself to like lack discipline. And then that's where people become overweight, and then people become even more addicted to something, or people make stupid decisions that can honestly become life altering. And it's like the number one thing I feel like can change your life physically and mentally is the gym. And it doesn't have to be just like weight training. It could be boxing, biking, running, like, or it just fitness in general. Like, getting in shape is the best medicine when you are struggling. No matter like what, like me losing my mom, and like I was already training, but then I got so much more into it and like became my life where daily habits revolved around it. I was eating so much better. Um, I did a show at some point, which I was on prep for, which was such a cool experience. Like, that was what I wanted to be into, is the bodybuilding realm. And the more and more I like just became so regimented and just saw the results, I became obsessed with that. I'm like, look how much better my life and value of life, or my quality of life is chasing fitness goals. And not only did that just translate to my body, but it translated to my business and the daily habits, waking up early, reading, started, building my mindset more, focusing on building my mental focus and clarity. Then those like routines that build up physically build into your business, build into whatever you're working on, and then it just ultimately you become a machine. It's just, I don't, and a lot of people just make the excuses and find easy cop outs when it comes to benefiting themselves. But going to the gym is going to make you into someone that you're going to want to be, and you're going to eventually, as you get older, you're going to want to be that person for your kids, for your family members, for everyone around you. You want to be in shape, you want to be bright, you want to be a leader. Sitting on the couch and being lazy as hell, and letting depression and anxiety just take over your life and make excuses for yourself. Oh, I'm just going to drink after work today because I hate my job, but I'm home now. Like, there's all these things that people make excuses for, and it's like, you could be going to the gym, you could be putting that time working on a business. There's so many other things you can be doing, instead of letting all the vices and the easy things to for a little dopamine hit to just screw your whole life up. And and it's just, I feel like that's the world we live in now. It's like how to get a quick fix, instead of building yourself and building your mentality and putting the work into yourself to become the best version of you that you can be, and for other people, for your loved ones. I I've gotten to the point where the gym has become my life, and it's revolved around my business and me helping people and my clothing brand, and it's there. And I know at first with some people, like, it's hard for them to get into the gym if they've never been there, or if maybe they've never been like an athlete, they've had other kind of interests. But with just like anything, repetitions, time, and practice, you get better at it. It's the same thing with dieting. You're gonna get better at dieting. You're gonna learn things, and that's why it's not a bad thing to hire a coach or ask people for help. Like, I did the same thing when I first started. I knew training from like when I was wrestling and stuff, but I wanted to learn more. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better than I was the day before, and the same thing with the next day. Just repetitions. How do I get better than yesterday? How do I get better than last week? All right, now I'm seeing the results 3 months later. How do I get even better now? It's just the constant progression. And you really learn that, like, you have one body and one life. And you see when people don't take care of it, the complications they run into. And it's, it all starts now in your 20s and in your teens, building that foundation and building your physical health, that you have longevity. And, by the time you're in your 30s, your business and your life is just taking off and flourishing. And it sounds so stupid to some people. Some people are probably going to sit here, if they made it this far in the video, and be like, this kid's an idiot, like, whatever, I don't need the gym, or this and that. But fitness in general is, it's like a pillar to life. It's going to help build everything else around you. When you are healthy and you are running like a oiled machine, everything else in your life is going to run the way you need it to go. And I just wish more people took the time to work on themselves physically and mentally, because they both coexist together, and build that into something where they become the best version of themselves, instead of just the easy way out, the lazy way. And that is the thing, is that's one of the biggest things nowadays, is our society is so fucking lazy. Everyone is so lazy. It's crazy to me too, because even I still see people show up to the gym, and they're just showing up. They're not putting in the work. It's, I don't know. It's just, but that's why I want to talk about these things, is because, like, I've been through things. I've been through a lot of things that, people around me have not been through. And that's where those things, I've used that pain and the struggle to mold me into who I am, and to get better at the things that I'm passionate about. learned how to push myself harder physically and mentally, because I knew at a young age, dealing with something like this, I had to build myself and my mindset, and I wanted to be in the best shape. I always wanted to be bigger and stronger and be in top tier shape, because I was an athlete, but I was small. I wanted to get bigger, and that was my goal. And I did it. I over 7 years of consistent training, I've gotten to a physique where I'm like, damn, that I love the way I look, the confidence, being being just being the ultimate badass version of yourself. Everyone has it. I don't care about genetics. I don't care about whatever the circumstances are. You can find a way. And how healthy of an outlet the gym is, if you're not in the gym right now, or if you're in the gym, take it up another level. Diet, training, learn more, become better, want to become better. Don't let the vices and don't let the struggle and pains in your life hurt you physically. And that's what it does. Obesity is the number one killer in the U.S. Pretty sure the number one killer. It's got to be one or two. It's up there, or it's at an all-time high, realistically, obesity. Alcohol has become such a norm, and people don't realize how much it sets them back. And that's not what I'm not saying, like, you can't go out on a weekend and have a couple drinks, or a vacation or things like that, but it's become something where it's not taken in moderation anymore, and it's become something that's more of like escape from reality. And it's become such a norm that people don't think twice about it. But there's so many people I talk to, and they're like, dude, I can't get bigger, or yo, I can't shred down. And it's like, bro, what do you do this weekend? Oh, dude, go in the bar. Are you blacking out? Yeah, this and that, all the excuses. Oh, I didn't drink that much, but I only had 10 beers. Dude, you're screwing your body up. And it's not even the drinking with the calories, it's what it does to fat burning, your metabolism, building muscle and repairing muscle. Like, it's not good for you. It's so bad for you. And you know what my whole point is really trying to get is that invest in yourself, and really invest in yourself physically, and turn the pain and the struggle into bettering yourself. And don't let the vices and the easy things take over your life, to them where it's just easier to throw in the towel and not put in the work that you can put in. Because at the end of the day, you put in the daily habits to put in that work. Waking up early, whether you got to go to the gym before work or after work, or you want to build that business, wake up and work on the business, go to the gym after work. You can do it. It's when you don't listen to that bitch voice in your mind with the excuses that are there's every excuse in the book is available when it comes to making decision of success and failure. And then those vices are going to hold you back from success, because they're not meant to help you, you know? So I've never really met a person that goes out drinking at a bar and like wakes up the next morning, it was a successful night. Like, what did you accomplish physically or financially? To me, it's like, if anything, your wallet's dented, and then now you feel like shit, your body's depleted, and then like you're either making it to the gym to just like work it off, or you're not going to the gym. It's just a repetitive nature, and the easy way to just find something to cope and heal. It's there, and it just doesn't benefit you. So, when I was going through that patch and everything, it was just learning, and what I created in the driven method. That's what my coaching is, the driven method. That's everything I've done in my daily habits to then get to the point where now I'm just a running machine. And, you know, I'm seeing the success that I want. I'm seeing the vision come to life of what I want for my life, and how I wanted to heal, and especially for my mom, because she wouldn't have been happy with me, drinking all the time and going out and doing all this shit. So it's like, when you really dedicate yourself, and really like know in your heart how hard you can work, trust me, you can accomplish it, and you can do it, and you can change your body and your mind. So, Driven Talk, episode 4, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Do not let the vices take over your life. Do the hard shit, take the hard route, go to war with yourself, and come out the best physical and mental version that you can possibly be. So, guys, with that being said, if you guys are looking to level up your physique and your mindset, and you're looking for me to be your coach, there's a Calendly link in the the description of the video. You guys can sign up for a time to book, talk to me. We'll see if you guys are a good fit. And guys, as always, chase success, chase the best physique you can, chase the life that you want, and I'm rooting for you guys. Love you guys. Stay driven. I'll see you guys in the next one.